Good evening. And yes, I did change out of my pajamas. It's almost time for me to go back to bed. That's why I put my pajamas back on. Anyway, wanted to bang out a book review because I finally have time to do some book reviews. And the latest book I reviewed is called The Way of Monkey Book by Turd Flinging Monkey. You can find that on paperback and Kindle. And I don't know if he's going to do a audiobook. It would be cool though if he had a little gong or a bell he could hit a chime and then read his passages. But I have to say I'm very impressed with this book. Out of between this one and 13 Rules Not to Be a Fucking Cuck, I like this one better. Nothing wrong with his previous book, but this one is a different. This is philosophical. He's explaining Taoism, updating it a little bit and applying it to a more modern day setting. There's no red pill stuff. There's nothing. It's a completely separate work. It'd be like my book I wrote on the IQ book. And so it's kind of nice to read this. And I really enjoyed it. And all it is, it's a Taoist kind of Eastern philosophy type of book where TFM, he has a very good economic mind, but for a younger man, I think he's younger than me. And those of you that know his background, he did not have an easy upbringing. And for him he has every right to be angry, but he's not. And you can see it in this book because he's mastered like stoicism, the wisdom that's written in this book. And I can't remember if this was one that he translated from Mandarin or if this was his own stuff. Some of it is his own stuff. There's modern day examples in there. But what I liked about it is it's very practical to me because, I got anger and I need to let go and relax and get my stress down. And this book is exactly like that. It reads like just, one page, maybe 2 or 3 paragraphs, and it makes its statement. And then it goes on to the next lesson, or it tells a very, very short story. And so it's very digestible, very quick. It's in no particular order. It's not like he did organize it, but the lessons it's not going to follow from one to the next. But this is a good meditative book, even a devotional, I'd say. And I'd have something like this where every day you wake up in the morning and you read one of the passages. And then before you go to bed, you read the next passage. And that'll get you through half the year, maybe. But it's just really good. And it's, don't worry about things you don't control. But there are a couple other nuggets, and I'd like to probably talk to TFM, especially where was the one? It was about being at peace with death. And he was talking about how to let go of ego and pride so that you do not worry about death. I'm like, how does letting go of ego and pride make you kosher with death? I'm still not going to be kosher with death, but I couldn't figure that out. So, this took a little bit of digesting. This was, and it's written well, but I really enjoyed it. Short read. The artwork, he had a girl named Lisa Wynn, and she drew the book inside. There's like different artwork, and each chapter I think is broken up by different works of art. And I like the style as well. She did a good job. And when it comes time to buying the Kindle or the paperback, I'd say drop the $22 and get the paperback because I think the artwork itself is kind of worth that. It's a cool looking book. It'd be something nice to have by your bedside table, not on Kindle. And I think Kindle is a lot cheaper, but it's worth the money just to get the book and have it be a piece. It's very well done in terms of the artwork. Anyway, so normally I'd say, give this like 4.5, 4 3/4 stars, but you have to understand something about Turd Flinging Monkey and myself. He's like my English teachers, never would give me better than a D+. I could write the greatest, be like, it's like, oh, okay, all right. Well, it wasn't written, he didn't have a female voice actress do the narration. It's like, all right. So in the real world, I give it 4.7 stars, upper 4s, but no, I'm half a star. That's what I'll do. But no, everyone go get it. Short book, short read. I'm impressed the guy this young has come up with this, but it kind of shows you if you go through a galvanizing experience in your life, you will come to this maturity It's a break from red pill stuff and girls. It's a nice break. He does talk about marriage a little bit in there. And yeah, if you're just looking for something to calm down, maybe you're a little bit tense during the COVID stuff and Christmas and New Year's. Yeah, I get The Way of Monkey book. Got it linked down below. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.